Mewtwo, cancel my appointments.
You don't take appointments.
Perfect. I'm gonna level with you. I don't quite get the Yoshi series. In a world where Nintendo won't make another F-Zero game because they don't want to retread old ground, Yoshi seems pretty cut and dry with his formula of simplistic 2D platformers focusing on egg combat and devouring innocent life forms. But what do I know? Yoshi Story here got 2 levels in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a feat only matched by the likes of Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, and Lilac Wars. So, based on that logic, this must be one of the best games of all time, or at least on the N64, right? Caliburn, can you bring up what the original box art looked like? Yeah, see, that's what I thought it looked like. That's a much more fitting cover with all the Yoshis running around. But this is a pink Yoshi tonguing the edge of the picture. Couldn't even get a green Yoshi. Pink is the colour of shaved animals. This game is adorable. Like, I'm getting that out of the way immediately. The menu nails it with Yoshi singing the theme song with a storybook. It's sickeningly adorable. You just sit there curled up in a ball going, aww, while playing. And that's before we even get to the story. Speaking of, Yoshi Story sees the island fall under an evil spell. A spell so evil and so dark that it turns the world into a storybook. Don't know if I'd rank that high on the list of evil spells, but there's plenty worse I can think of. And now the Yoshis are being stoned out of their mind like they ate a bunch of fuzzies. Yeah, that's pretty evil. And the super happy tree vanished. Oh god, no, not that. Anything but that plot device that's never been mentioned before, nor is in any other game ever. Except Smash Brothers, I guess. Also, the tree sure looks happy, but I don't know if I'd call it super happy, being kidnapped and all. Meanwhile, a group of Yoshi eggs hatch, and these are some clever babies, since they can speak full sentences and figure out exactly what to do. Grow super happy. I mean, I've heard of worse plans. Now the game is on to rescue the lemon tree. Happy tree? Sorry. Although if it bears fruit, it could have lemons on it. You know, tomatoes are fruit.
Indeed it is. But of what relevance is that?
I don't know. I just realized this is the longest anyone's ever talked about the story of Yoshi Story. Which is a redundant statement, really.
Do you wish you could take it back?
No, we're deep into this. No turning back.
I wonder how long one must partake in this game. Oh dear.
Into the gameplay we go, and I really like this game's style. It's so colourful, which, when combined with the cardboard aesthetic, gives a really unique look. Yeah, Yoshi's been doing cardboard long before his world got crafted. The cuteness also keeps going, since even something as simple as Yoshi's idle animation is adorable. Oh yeah, this is the first game to have Kazumi Totaka voice Yoshi, which means we went from to... Or my interpretation, we went from to I'm here all week. So the goal of each level isn't actually to reach the end. What you're supposed to do is travel through the level and eat enough fruit to complete the border around the screen. I'll give full marks for that. A unique way of completing a level in a 2D platformer. It would have been so easy just to say, there's Yoshi's Island, but 64 bits! But nope, they went with something different. Although the main difference is stopped there, since the gameplay pretty much is Yoshi's Island with 64 bits. Albeit with some minor differences. You still run around eating enemies to make eggs and throw them, except now you have free aim of your egg throwing rather than that automatic get the timing right thing. And also enemies are automatically turned into eggs rather than just storing them in their mouth. That sadly means you can no longer upchuck Shy Guys and scar them for life. I never know how I feel about games with cute enemies. I always feel bad since they're normally cuter than the protagonists. Waddle Dees are cuter than Kirby, Shy Guys are cuter than Yoshi, that and they're normally minding their own business. So you're just a dick, really. Although the king of cute is...
Oh my god, I love Poochie, I love him so much.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Screw Yoshi, the series should be about Poochie. I mean, his name is first on the 3DS game, so Nintendo has their priorities straight. What they didn't figure out, though, was control. Because, boy, it's just awful. I'm starting to think that the N64 joystick really wasn't made for 2D platforming. A smart game would use the D-pad that we all forgot existed, like in Kirby 64. But we're stuck with a fairly stiff stick. That's what she said. But my point is that 3D platformers can be a bit more forgiving, while 2D, you need full precision. And this stick doesn't really cut it. I still love the controller because the N64 was a very 3D platformer friendly console, but here? No. And for all the cute things the game throws at you, I have to say that Yoshi Story gets weird with its original characters. Whether it's the gross little goblin men, or Miss Warp as they're called, or the Pack-E-Derms, whose name I only know because of Melee, and they aren't even traditional enemies. They just act as roadblocks for Yoshi who can just ground pound out their way. Yoshi even looks at the screen like, what? Ah yes, Yoshi's current mood is... yeah, I can relate.
You can't eat it, but if you use your tongue, you will be surprised.
I'm not that surprised. Well, we got all the fruit. That's that level done. And now we listen to that music. They are neither in time nor on key, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So we turn the page, presumably crushing and killing everything on the previous page, if the world is truly a book now. I guess that really was an evil spell, and whoa! That's a very different page. Went from cute to evil in a simple turn of the page.
And so, the cute little skeleton closed his eyes and nodded off to slumberland. He awoke in the fiery depths of hell, where the demons tortured the damned souls as their screams echoed through the valley.
Keep reading.
Satan burst in and...
I mean, it wouldn't be a platformer without a lava level, and this one continues the trend of murdering cute enemies. You can't throw baby piranha plants and expect me to be okay after. I'd let Yoshi die if that meant saving piranha plants. Did that bone dragon just Mario Kart 64 Bowser at me? And speaking of sound, am I to assume that every tune is literally the same song given a coat of paint? I mean, 4 points for consistency, I guess? Well, every tune except... Lakitu, you traitorous cad! 1 minute you help Yoshi and now you want him dead? What changed in the last level to cause such betrayal? Well, maybe eating everyone and everything in sight. Gotta say, the free control over egg throwing is bloody satisfying. Nailing a trail of fruit bubbles in one throw feels so great! Although it is weird that this game feels lonelier than Yoshi's Island. There are less enemies in general and no Baby Mario, thank God! But as a result, I think it does atmosphere well. The point is that the world is corrupted by Baby Bowser's spell with only Baby Yoshis to save the world, so yeah, it should feel lonely. Even if the level lasts 5 minutes. They escaped, of course. Dude, they're in the volcano for 5 minutes. And why was there fruit in the volcano? I know volcanic ground can be fertile soil, but I mean in the volcano. Ah, well, on to the next level we go, as I guess Yoshi got shot into the sky. That's what he gets for riding on these... things. Why are they giving me old creepy British stop motion vibes? It's like bloody Charlie Chalk. Anyway, I gotta say the background in this level looks great. I love the crafted patchwork style, and I can see why the Yoshi series has gone into this handcrafted visual direction with Woolly World and Crafted World. It really suits the series and I hope they stick with it. Except why did you get rid of the Woolly World level, Sakurai? I really don't get it. What I don't love is the controls still. Yoshi still has his classic flutter jump, but in midair it can be really stiff to maneuver, and I died? You could die in this game? Isn't this supposed to be one of those hilariously easy games? Red Yoshi didn't deserve this. I guess I'll go with default Yoshi so I can slaughter an army of fly guys and feel nothing while doing so. Yoshi's a psychopath, I'm telling you. They probably had families. And now we have a boss fight, which is just the worst. This candy floss guy bounces in all prideful and cocky like,
I'm gonna kill you. You can't defeat me.
Dead. I don't know what he expected.
Someone throw fruit through our window.
No, that is the great sky fruit.
There's fruit in the sky?
Yes, one falls every 1,000 years.
A special sky fruit, that's terrible.
I literally just said that's been up there for 1,000 years.
Yeah, you got me there.
I like how you're just plunked into each level with no fanfare. Just boop, you're in. Get the fruit. This level also breaks the first rule of platforming. You mean I have to go left? No. I must always go right. Right? I can really appreciate the openness in this game. I also appreciate this level track since it's probably my favorite in the game. It's very jaunty yet chill at the same time. I mean, it's a step up from the other jungle music. There are no words. And rest in peace, Green Yoshi. Died to terrible controls that are really hammered in this level. The smaller platforms really don't allow much room for error, but combining that with stiff movement, expect much error. Rest in peace, Yellow Yoshi. He went the same way. Rest in peace, Blue Yoshi. Christ! You know what? Since the Shy Guys are just playing on pogo sticks and stilts and just having a good time, maybe Yoshi deserves to die. The weight of his sins are what weighs him down, making basic platforming a chore. And now you want me to use the surprise ball route to find the last of the fruit?
Are you insane?
This might be the only time I've ever wished for a water level since you have free movement of Yoshi, meaning no bullshit platforming to deal with. Even if the jellyfish have seen some horrible things. Like that horrible sea dragon thing. Looks like something out of the trapdoor. And unlike other enemies that are minding their own business, this thing actively seeks out Yoshi to kill him. That is disturbing. Disturbing like the fact that all this fruit must be soggy and gross. Maybe going underwater to get super happy wasn't a smart idea. I can't deny the music is nice though. It's very pleasant and fits the game's cutesy style so well. Of course it doesn't match the horrors that lurk underwater, but hey. We're on the final level at least. I never said before, but I love the pop-up book level menu. Each one has a lot going on and it nails the aesthetic. Speaking of aesthetic, we get our typical Bowser's Castle level with music that goes full Luigi's Mansion. This is also the level that feels the most traditionally Yoshi-like. Booby traps, regular platforms, puzzles with pendulums and such. Although it does feel harsh to put baby Yoshi through a level that would give Mario a run for his money. Oh shit, no. I got baited out by that Sonic Rush pit bull crap. And one Yoshi left. I don't know if I could live with myself if I got game over in what's supposed to be one of the easiest games ever. Crushers. I'm gonna die. It's fine. I've got the pattern down and...
I'm so sorry.
Oh no! Not me! I never had control! I can't believe it. I got a game over in Yoshi Story. I just... What? You know, in essence, I can see why it's considered an easy game. Levels are short with only 6 worlds to go through, and there aren't that many enemies complete with the embarrassing bosses, but the control, it's so bad. And now to start from the beginning, which I guess turned out okay since I figured out why the game is so short. It follows the Star Fox 64 model of having different levels to pick when you go through again, so it has a ton of replay value. For example, now in World 1 we get to see how adorable and fluffy Wigglers are, as well as Shy Guys hiding in trees who run in for ya. Are we sure the Shy Guys are bad? I'm really not convinced. No manner of really nice stage transitions can hide your sins. Unless you hide it behind a chocolate log on a plate? Okay. I'm just gonna put that back and yeah. The next level promises jelly, which would sound tasty except it looks like Yoshi is running inside something's innards. At least the game lets you figure out how to get the fruit trapped in jelly without telling you. Remember a time when games knew people weren't idiots? Oh hey, boo! I like their gimmick this time, how they follow the opposite of what you're doing. In a way, you kind of control them. Neat! Hang on, let me just...
Are you alright? Tired, perhaps?
Let's go with that. That sounds better.
Do you know what I would do at a time like this?
I honestly couldn't imagine with all the time in the world.
I would simply recalibrate myself. How would you do that?
I feel like that's a very loaded question.
and then bathe in the blood of all my slain foes.
What?
This level could die in a jungle fire, good God! Yes, I'm stuck replaying the same level for some reason, I'm not going to ask, but I figured, hey, I know there is a fruit at the top, but boy, howdy, the control ain't gonna let me. The surprise ball even flips me into an enemy I couldn't even see. Yoshi's made of butter and slips off like 3 levels in one. Combined with the imprecise jumping, it's a nightmare. You have a D-pad. Use it! Oh, hey, White Shy Guy. How can I help you, Mr. Shy Guy? Oh, you rescue Yoshis that have died and act as an extra life. And I had one before I got a game over. We can all agree to never discuss this again, right? Okay, back to Bowser's Castle we go, and I'm sure as hell not picking the crushers again. There's only so much Yoshi pace I can take. This level is a bit more open than the other one, but it still keeps Yoshi traditions like grabbing a key that trails along and actually antagonistic Shy Guys. Wow, Bowser's budget is so bad he couldn't afford functional booby traps. He just has Fly Guys holding the traps. Oh, that's adorable. Look how hard he is trying to be evil. Well, it worked at least. Yeah, that mini-boss is creepy. It's the same shade as the background, so you just see its grim grin peering through the darkness as you fight for your life with these bouncing balls. I mean, I love these things purely for saving my life. Look at that, mad skills right there.
If you have these so-called mad skills, how did you obtain one of those over-game things? Please don't demean me like this.
One last Mary Poppins jump with an odd-looking moon in the background, but at least the clouds are cute. And now we enter the final boss against Baby Bowser, which really begs the question, if he's still a baby, why did he sound like an adult in the last level? What's that, Bowser? You're introduced a new mechanic with bombs being exclusive to this fight that definitely isn't the way to beat you or anything like that?
Okay, Yoshi. Now don't you dare use the exact weakness I just gave you to exploit or anything. Also ignore the super happy tree directly next to me that respawns fruit that fully heals you.
I mean, they said the game was for babies, I just didn't believe them. Shut up. So the tactic here, as cute little baby Yoshi versus cute little baby Bowser, is impale the bastard with roof spikes. Child-proof room this. In fact, I wonder at what point in Bowser's life cycle do his eyes expand from lines to actual eyes like he has as an adult. Speaking of adult, the super happy tree isn't as big as I imagined. Shame the power up for infinite eggs made me panic due to the fact that I need to throw the bomb fast.
Damn eggs, why are there so many?
And so Bowser is defeated and taken away, where we enter the ending for the game, which, yeah, this is definitely a highlight. Firstly, the music is really nice, giving this winding down feel to your adventure. This content sound really giving you peace after the hell you just went through. Never mind. Seeing your adventures pass you by leading into the credits did make me weirdly nostalgic for a game that lasted, what, 2 hours? I didn't even like it that much, but I guess that's the power of music. I'll give the Baby Yoshis credit that they took on this whole quest themselves and succeeded. It gets even better with the credits music that brings this music box sound with it, and the words, happy end. I can imagine if this was a childhood classic for you, this would hit you hard in the feels, so I respect it in that regard. Just a shame I picked this up at 24. I can't complain too much though. The music really is that good. It gets to you. It gives me Animal Crossing vibes, and no surprise, same composer, Tomshi. The best Yoshi. Hey, hello? Oh, it's one of those, the game is done. Go away, literally nothing is happening endings like Mario World. Well, that's a concrete enough ending for me.
Well, that was a waste of time. Kind of achieved nothing there.
Did you not have a thrilling adventure full of adorable monsters?
If by that you mean that the enemies are cute and the Yoshis are monsters, then yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I have to ask, how go the plans for Dracula?
I could just watch the Netflix series. Or play Smash Bros. I know Simon Belmont's in it, I guess. Two stages. Really? Oh my god, the end of the Banjo-Kazooie stuff! Oh, time to get all the spirits! Well, that was easy. I wonder if they have Yoshi Story spirits. Don Bongo? Blag? What the hell's all this?
I have scoured the interweb.
Net.
I have scoured the interweb net and found out there are actually 5 bosses.
5? But I only saw 2 different playthroughs.
It would appear so.
Right, well, it's too late anyway. I'm done with the game. Mewtwo, cancel my appointments.
You don't take appointments.
Perfect.
So yes, different playthroughs can lead you down different paths with a combination of level choices and even different bosses. Cloudchin sees you fighting a PNG, who you have to throw eggs at on balancing platforms. Don Bongo is a much more classic Yoshi's Island boss, which involves dodging items from the ceiling and making his lips swell up. Gross. Lastly, Inviso is this creepy yet goofy looking ghost who uses invisibility, which I use the word very loosely. He barely puts in the effort. Among these different level choices are also black and white Yoshis you can unlock. I mean, the game is still mediocre, but having extra bosses and hidden unlockable characters as bonuses for replaying the game following different paths is a pretty cool idea.
Oh, God.
I feel like you shouldn't be doing that. Breaking the laws of reality with time travel.
Oh, don't worry, it's not really time travel.
No?
Nah, of course not. Time travel, that's impossible. It's ludicrous. Utter nonsense.
Alright then.
Now, dimension travel is another can of worms.
Jesus Christ.
In the words of Scott Lang, Back to the Future's a load of bullshit. And also, in the words of Scott Lang, is that anybody's sandwich?
You know that's a poker block sandwich, right?
Fruity. Teeth-breakingly fruity. I think my cuteness just went up.
Seems tiring.
It takes a lot out of you, yeah.
But you mentioned dimension travel?
Yeah, because, like, time's not real, is it? It's a construct of human perception to measure... yeah, that, I guess. But there's an infinite amount of universes born every minute with simple differences. Some major, some minor. So, if I wanted to go back to last week, I would simply go to a universe that's identical to ours, but created a week later. Paradox-free time travel.
I feel like this raises several ethical issues.
The joy of infinity. Look. See? The game's not complete, because it's not our timeline. Nice.
If you can jump dimensions, then surely others can too.
There are people out there that make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know. One moment. If you pulled me from the past, does that mean I'm from an alternate dimension?
Never thought of it like that. Welcome.
I don't feel that welcome.
And I'm gonna have a nap, because that really took it out of me.
You're gonna make me a sandwich when you wake up because that was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.